The quiet of the evening is broken only by the restless pacing of a very large ginger cat. Inside this feline form, the powerful awakened Kaiden waits, his frustration growing with every passing minute that his young charge, Jiwoo, remains missing. While Kaiden grumbles about Jiwoo's annoying habits, the boy is miles away, trapped in a nightmare of his own making. In a dark, secluded alleyway, Jiwoo stands frozen. Before him is the master, a man he previously witnessed abusing a helpless cat. The man's eyes narrow as he recognizes Jiwoo, the bastard who dared to take his property. Before Jiwoo can even process the danger, a violent blast of energy erupts, shattering the silence and throwing the boy to the ground. Cornered and broken, with his legs failing him, Jiwoo is at the mercy of a predator. The situation escalates when Wooin, the man's apprentice and Jiwoo's classmate, arrives. Wooin attempts to protect Jiwoo, revealing that he is not a tracker, but simply a boy who couldn't stand to see a creature suffer. But the master is beyond reason. To him, Jiwoo is now an awakened witness who must be eliminated for the sake of his illegal experiments. When Wooin tries to intervene, he too is struck down by his own teacher, a man who values obedience over all else. Just as the master prepares to deliver a final lethal strike, the atmosphere in the alleyway shifts. The air begins to crackle with an overwhelming, suffocating electrical energy. Out of the shadows walks a man radiating power, his presence alone commanding the very space he occupies. Jiwoo looks up through the haze of pain and disbelief. "Kaiden?" he whispers. Kaiden stands tall, his gaze cold as he looks at the man who dared to harm the one person who cared for him in his cat form. He mocks the master for his inability to even create a separate dimension to hide his crimes. Panic finally sets in for the master as he realizes who stands before him. Kaiden, the destroyer, the infamous awakened known for obliterating anyone in his path. Terrified, the master begs for mercy, claiming he never would have touched the boy had he known of their connection. Kaiden is unmoved, ready to end the man's life. Even when Wooin throws himself in front of his teacher once more, Kaiden is prepared to destroy them both. But then, a small hand reaches out and tugs at Kaiden's sleeve. It is Jiwoo, bruised and bloodied, asking him to stop. He tells Kaiden that killing is not the answer, and that Wooin is a friend who tried to save him. Reluctantly, Kaiden yields to the boy's kindness. He orders the master and Wooin to vanish from his sight, warning that he will kill them if they ever return. As the master is soon after arrested by the Association for his illegal research, the immediate danger passes. Back at the safety of their home, the tension dissolves into a moment of rare tenderness and humor. Jiwoo, in high spirits despite his injuries, tells Kaiden how cool he looks in his human form. Kaiden scoffs, ever the arrogant warrior, but the peace is short-lived. With a sudden familiar poof and a flash of light, the great destroyer vanishes. In his place sits a very confused, very round ginger cat. The night ends not with a warrior's cry, but with the high-pitched, indignant scream of a legendary awakened, wondering why on earth he has turned back into a fat cat once again.